Good morning students, myself teacher Anju. In last video we have learned about various things in our environment and growth in human being. Today we will continue with the growth in plants and animals. Now we want to see that whether growth phenomenon it occurs in the plants also or not. So that is why we are doing one experiment. So what is that experiment? Here you can see that there is one potted sampling which are kept in this diagram, and what we did, we tied a thread at the tip of the potted sampling. Keep the thread stretched and tie it to a pitch or nail above the plant. So here you can see that in the diagram small sampling is there, and you stretch the thread and you hold it at the top on the upper portion over there. Please keep this sampling as it is for 10 to 15 days. What do you observe after 10 to 15 days? As this small plant is a living thing, so as it is a small plant, after 10 to 15 days, what we can observe? After 10 to 15 days, the plants grown taller. The plant will grow taller. And how you can see that plant has grown taller? Here you can see in the diagram the thread is loosened. In the previous diagram, the thread was straight. As the plants start growing height-wise, the straight thread loosens. So, from this experiment, can I say that the plants are grown if we provide them proper nutrition for the growth and development purposes? What tells us that the plant has grown taller? There must be something. So, in all plants, it is mainly the width and height of the stem that grows. Can you see the two diagrams? Now, can you compare? In the first diagram, the plant was very small and the thread was very straight. And in the second diagram, the plant has grown taller and the thread becomes loose. This shows that all plants are growing in the height-wise manner, also and the width-wise manner. So, here in this diagram, what can you see in this diagram? Diagram number 1 and diagram number 2. The first tree is banyan tree and second one is coconut tree. Can you see the difference in the growth of banyan tree and the growth of coconut tree? Yes. What can we see here in the diagram? The banyan tree is growing in the widthwise manner. On the other hand, we observe the coconut tree. Coconut tree becomes taller and taller. So, that is the difference between the growth of coconut and banyan tree. Likewise, coconut tree and banyan tree. There are different varieties of plants which we see around us as a different characteristics of growth. We can't say the plants become taller and taller. We can't say plants become wider and wider. It depends upon plants to plants and it depends upon the climate. So, although all living things grow, animals grow only for a certain period. Plants, on the other hand, grow as long as they live. So, have you ever observed that we as a human being become taller and taller? No, it means that we have certain restriction for the growth. But the plants can grow as much as they live. What is the proof plants can grow as much as they live? You must have seen most of the time the leaves of the plants they shade off during in rainy season. And again the plants occurs, flowers, blooms, then fruits also occurs in the plants. So the development in the fruits, development in the plants and the development in the new leaves. It is the live example of that plants can grow as much as they live. Even you must have seen that during rainy seasons, plants grow both the sides. Okay. Next, the food. Next, the food is necessary for the growth. We require food to grow. Food is very essential. Now, plants make their own food in the presence of sunlight. Sunlight is very essential for plants to make or produce their own food. Now, how they do that? They take all the nutrients, water from the soil, and in the presence of carbon dioxide, they take they take this carbon dioxide from the air, and with the help of sunlight they are able to produce, that is the leaves are able to produce, because the leaves have a substance called chlorophyll in it. So that is the green color. That green color substances in the leaves is a chlorophyll. So that helps the plant to produce food with the help of sunlight or carbon dioxide, water and the nutrients that they take from the soil. So this whole process of producing food by the leaves is called photosynthesis. Now during this processes the leaves take in the carbon dioxide but they give out oxygen. So this is how plants are able to produce their own food. So they are called autotrophs. That is, they produce their own food in the presence of sunlight. Now, let us understand how other animals take their food for the growth. So, this is also a characteristics of living thing. Now, we know that plants produce their own food because of chlorophyll, but animals however do not have chlorophyll, so they cannot produce their own food. They have to go in search of their food. So animals such as goat, sheep, horses, they eat grasses, and other animals like some other birds will consume fish or other insects directly. Animals like lion and tiger, they attack other animals, grass eating animals, they will consume them. So that is how different animals can consume food for their growth. Even though they are not producing food, they give food.